Hard work, dedication. Like I said before, Floyd Mayweather, TBE himself, weighs in on Terrence Crawford victory over Errol Spence, and he kind of insinuates that Errol Spence was weight drained. Yeah, you heard it. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live, Boxingego unpack. Yeah. We unpack. We unpack. We unpack. Coming to you live. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, Floyd Mayweather did an interview with Fight Hype, and this is what he had to say. Quote, "If I was training Errol Spence or I was in his corner, I don't think he should be fighting at 147 pounds at all. I don't think he should be fighting at 154 pounds. I think he should be fighting at 160 pounds or 168 pounds. Wow. So what does this mean? To me, this means that Floyd Mayweather pretty much is insinuating, even though he didn't say the words weight drain, he's pretty much insinuating that Errol Spence is not a welterweight anymore and can't make welterweight. Because listen, I mean, he said he doesn't even think he should be at the division higher, which is 154. He should be at 160 to 168. So he's saying his body is so filled out, and from what he's seen on the scales and in the fight, that he believes Errol Spence would be better suited basically 2 divisions higher than he's currently fighting, which is interesting because Jermell Charlo is making that exact jump to fight Canelo Alvarez, right? Jermell Charlo is a division above Errol Spence at 154, where he is undisputed currently. And Jermell Charlo is moving up 14 pounds to face Canelo Alvarez. And basically, Floyd is telling you that Errol Spence should be at that division or close to it at 160, which is a middleweight. So why is this important? Well, for starters, Floyd Mayweather has an opinion just like anybody else. Second of all, Floyd Mayweather is the GOAT. He's TBE, and he sparred Errol Spence before. So when he first got out of jail, I believe preparing for the Robert Guerrero or Maidana fight, somewhere around that time, he ended up sparring before Errol Spence was a champion, and he got to take a look at him up close and personal, and he probably noticed that Errol Spence Jr. was big then, and that was several years ago. If you think about it, just to prove that it's several years ago, Errol wasn't a champion, and he's not a champion now because he just lost, but he was a long-standing champion after that, and Floyd Mayweather had basically retired from an active career, fights that would blemish his record. So it's been some time since Floyd was a true active boxer. He's doing more exhibitions. So years have passed since that infamous sparring. I've talked about the infamous sparring on the channel. Check out some of those past videos and other works from Boxingego. The reports and rumors that came out at the time was that Errol Spence gave Floyd a black eye. Again, this is before he was even a champion. So he was clearly strong. And then when he fights Terrence Crawford, magically he's not strong anymore, which would indicate that there were some issues trying to make weight, like you left it all in the gym. Like, my thing is this. People could say whatever they want. Terrence Crawford, he showed up. He had this successful performance in camp, and he put it all together. But I'm not going to act like my eyes didn't see a version of Errol Spence that I have never, ever seen before. That's the thing that I think some of the Bud Buddies, they want you to do. They just want full-on credit for the Terrence Crawford performance. Listen, from Crawford's side, it was a masterclass performance. But I don't really know many people, including the people who were picking Terrence Crawford, that expected it to go exactly like that, where it was one side, Errol can't win any moments. Errol looks completely deflated and flat. Looks like there's no steam on his punches. Balance looks awkward, etc., etc. Now, these revelations or these opinions, it doesn't change anything. Floyd Mayweather's opinion, my observations and opinion, it doesn't change the fact that Crawford is 2x undisputed. That's already in the history books. However, again, I'm not going to turn a blind eye and act like Errol Spence that showed up was a version that I've seen before, Because as I've stated in past videos, Errol Spence Jr., given that effort that it looked like he had with his performance versus Terrence Crawford, Crawford is a stellar athlete and he knows how to put it together when his back is against the wall. He's an elite level fighter. So that's in and of itself is a problem. But I'm just being real, and I've said this before. If Terrence Crawford was not the option and Errol Spence looked exactly how he looked, whatever went on in camp and whatever transpired, and he looked like that, some guys that Errol Spence has already beaten, such as Yordenis Ugas out of Cuba, Danny Garcia out of Philly, and maybe even Kell Brook or other people, if those versions of those fighters, when Errol fought them, showed up, but this version of Errol showed up, then I honestly don't know if he would have unified all those belts and beat the Sean Porters and Ugases, because it looked like his performance, he couldn't get anything going. And I understand a lot of people they just want to give Crawford all the credit for that. But I've seen many fights in my lifetime where there was a skill disparity. And even if there's a skill or experience disparity and somebody is quicker and better, a lot of times in those fights, there's still moments where it's competitive, like Floyd Mayweather versus Maidana. Maidana is not on the skill level of a Floyd Mayweather, yet and still with Floyd's age, Floyd not being bigger than Maidana or being a bigger puncher than Maidana, it still made for some compelling moments, even though I thought Floyd won both of the Maidana performances. So it's not like I'm mad because Terrence Crawford won. It's just Errol Spence looked completely like something was wrong with him. And I know I'm not the only one that thinks this. You guys in the comment section, you're welcome to say whatever you want. But you even had Terrence Crawford post-fight, and he was saying that they were saying Errol hit so much harder. I didn't really feel the power like that. There's literally no other fighter at welterweight that has said that. Danny Garcia said he's super strong. So what Floyd is saying could very well hold some weight. That weight played a factor. Now, some people, oh, you're making an excuse. It's not an excuse. It is what it is. Errol Spence didn't say it. Floyd Mayweather's saying it. And he's not the only person that said it. We have Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder from, oh my God, Tuscaloosa, Alabama. He said Errol looked dry. Errol looked drained. He said he looked a little drained. Literally, you could find these videos on YouTube. And this was Deontay Wilder, who was live in the flesh at Spence Crawford. So people could play games, but pro boxers, because it's funny when I say stuff, people say, oh, you're just a silly YouTuber, you don't know. But then Floyd Mayweather's the GOAT. He's a pro boxer. Deontay Wilder's a pro boxer. I think Shane Mosley might have even said it, and these people are saying that Errol Spence's weight is, the problem. But again, you have to blame Errol Spence for that because he tried it. He agreed to the weight. He thought he could make it safely, but he probably miscalculated being on a long layoff, being 30 plus and starving yourself. He's already, like, my thing is this. In closing, all the fighters that are complaining about how hard it is to make weight should just move up. Teofimo did it, then he loses bad to Kambosos. Errol Spence, he was like, man, it's hard to make weight. Then he loses to Terrence Crawford. There's no shame in losing, but might as well put on your best effort, and someone, if they could beat you, have them beat you and not have yourself beat up and beaten and you left it all in the gym and left it all on the scale just trying to compete to make the weight. To me, that's rather foolish. It's like staying up and doing a cram session for a school paper and the teacher already told you your paper is late. She's not giving you credit for turning it in. So what's the point of rushing to the class, and what's the point of staying up all night to write the 10-page paper if you can't get credit for it and you're still going to fail and you won't be able to get your diploma and walk? For me, it doesn't really make sense. So it doesn't make sense to do all this stuff and beat your body up 8 to 12 weeks in camp just to hit a number on the scale and then put up the performance that we got from Errol Spence, which again, a lot of people didn't know. And I'm sure Errol Spence, in hindsight, he's able to look at these things, but he probably thought he could perform and he couldn't. And for a person like Floyd who sparred with him, who's a pro fighter, he's telling you that, hey, he should be fighting a higher weight class. And I also respect it from Floyd. Not only is he a boxing genius and mastered the business of boxing as well and put on great performance, spectacular performances, and the big events. Another reason why I respect it is Floyd is from the old school where he actually maintained his weight, and his walk around weight is not grossly different than the weight he was campaigning at. So Floyd, Pacquiao, Bernard Hopkins, people like that, they actually leveraged their weight in their off season and didn't balloon up. So again, you got to give credit to Terrence Crawford because he obviously has maintained his weight to the point where he's able to perform still. Errol Spence, there's been moments where he's ballooned up. He told you 180, 190, and it seems like in this fight it came back to bite him. Despite that, maybe there's a skill set difference with the counterpunching and the speed, but I don't think it had to look exactly like that. That's my honest opinion. Even if Errol had a losing effort, I don't think it would have looked exactly like that. And again, I seen even Crawford fans saying something looked wrong with Errol Spence, so I know I'm not the only person on a limb. Drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know what you guys think of TBE. He's a young, hungry lion, like I said before. And I'm up. Introducing Super Thanks. Right here on the official Boxingego YouTube. Super Thanks allows you, the viewers, to show a little bit of extra gratitude, which enables me as a full-time content creator to push out the content you need in the world of boxing. Underneath all the videos, you will see a heart with a $sign in it. You can enter any amount that you find suitable as a super thanks. A brand new, interactive, and colorful way to get your comments highlighted and noticed by not only myself, but other people on the YouTube platform. Super thanks, a unique and cool way to show and applaud us full-time content creators. Hopefully you guys enjoy the content. Super thanks. The future is now. The Hibernation 5s by Kenichi Bear. Hybrid gaming and lifestyle headphones. Out of the box, you can connect to any console or PC. Bluetooth ready with a low latency USB adapter, color RGB, and extreme bass mode. The Hibernation 5s adjust to you. Whether you need a gaming, travel, gym, or lifestyle headphones, the Hibernations got you covered. The new Hibernation 5s, link in the description. Customize the way you hear the world. Welcome to the nation. Are you tired of your YouTube videos not getting any views? Well, consider TubeBuddy. I've used TubeBuddy for years to scale up my YouTube channel. Now we're sitting over 200,000 subscribers. TubeBuddy is a browser extension that offers a ton of built-in productivity and time-saving services to take your channel to the next level. Use my link in the description to get started with TubeBuddy and level up your channel faster. We working.